OmniCreations is proud to present.
Hello, my name is Leslie, and welcome to
Ring Ring, hello.
So do you plan to monetize your passion in the future?
Yes, I do. They actually just recently opened a new beauty college near me, and I really would like to go back to school to be able to get my license so that I can do nails in the public because it had been so long since I was actually in cosmetology school. They had said that I couldn't just jump right back into it or just go take a test to be licensed. I will actually have to take the nail technician program over again. And there actually wasn't any beauty colleges in my area besides in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And I did not want to be licensed in Pittsburgh. I want to be licensed in West Virginia. So the new beauty college is my best option. And I really would like to start taking classes there so that I can grow my brand and actually be able to advertise that I do nails and hopefully, someday be able to actually open a salon and have, clients and that kind of stuff.
Would you say that's your goal?
Yes, I would. I would definitely say that because, my kids are almost completely raised. My youngest, like I said, is 16, so he'll be graduating in 2 years. And I definitely want to have something that I can do that is my own and not necessarily, have to go out in the world and find a job, which my husband works and he supports our family, so I don't work at the moment, but I do make money from TikTok. I have reached the point where I actually get paid for commission sales on products that I review and videos that I post. Yes, I just found that out yesterday, actually, that I'm actually making a commission. So that's really cool. And once you reach 10,000 followers on TikTok, you actually get paid for every 1,000 views that you get on your videos. And my videos are actually pretty consistent. They actually usually get around 1,000 views, maybe a little bit more. Some have actually reached almost up to 4,000 views. So it's not, it's not huge. I've never been viral or anything like that, but I am growing to the point of recognition.
I mean, that's still an accomplishment. So great, though.
That's amazing. Yes, congratulations, Nikki. Could you please tell us all where we can find you online?
Yes, I am Nikki the Baddest on TikTok and Baddest Nikki Nails on Instagram. So yes, definitely go check me out, guys. And yeah.
Yes.
That is so awesome. Let's get Nikki to 10,000 and above, guys. We can do this.
Yes, that would be awesome.
All right, so this is a little off topic, but is it easier for you to do long nails or shorter nails when you're doing your nail?
Me personally, I like doing longer nails because it gives me more nail estate, which is
I like that.
Create, art and do things like that. The girlies that I do nails on a normal basis all wear super short nails, and I can do short nails and I can still make them look super cute, but I definitely like having a bigger space to create more art and do elaborate, extravagant designs. I love doing Instagram nails, all the super beautiful stuff with bling and charms and all the extra.
All the fun stuff. My daughter loves the long nails too, and I can't function with long nails. I barely function without any nails on.
Believe it or not, it is something that you have to learn, and it's almost like what I compare it to is like if you would lose a limb and get a prosthetic, how you have to learn to be able to use that. It's the same thing with long nails. But once you get it, I feel like once you get past like a medium length, just like a little bit past the end of your nail, it trains your hands to move differently. So like once you get past that length, you can pretty much wear anything. But I will say this, the girls who wear like 4 or 5 inch long nails,
oh man,
oh my gosh, I give them props because oof, I don't think I can handle that. I mean, my nails are like, I don't know, 2 inches, maybe a little less, you know, but getting out there like 4, 5, 6 inch long nails, that to me is extreme.
Sometimes I just want to ask them inappropriate questions about their nails. I mean, my daughter, she's had them like, I want to say not like an inch long, but pretty long. And I'm like, child, I hope you're wiping properly. She's like, Mom. I'm like, look, those are long.
You just use extra toilet paper, baby.
Yes. I'm like, please keep yourself clean is all I ask.
Yep. Keep nail brushes in the bathroom so you can scrub the nails when you're done.
Gross. I was like, no, I'm just being honest, honey, because those are long and they can get into places.
Yep. It's funny that you ask that because anytime I go in public with my long ass nails, everyone asks me that question. Everyone. And I'm like, even no filter. They'll say, how do you do anything? And I'm like, you just learn, you know?
Yeah. You adapt. Even to nails, you gotta adapt.
Yep, you definitely do.
I have the hardest time with just having regular ones on. Even when I was doing my classes and I had nails on starting off typing. Nope, I had to take them off.
Yeah,
I was all over the place.
You gotta
I had to
kind of use like the pads of your finger instead of the ends. You know, you gotta kind of.
And I tried, and for some reason I couldn't do it. I was like, I keep messing up.
Even
the shorter ones.
Yep. I used to wear shorter nails all the time, but I guess I just, kept going longer and longer and longer because I loved being able to do all the crazy stuff and, add all the extra.
Have you ever had anybody ask you to do their toes?
I have, actually.
Yes?
I have, actually, yep. And I don't really like being, touching people's feet. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not like, a toe phobia person or anything like that. I don't freak out, but they definitely have to be like one of my close friends. I don't know how I would feel about doing like a complete stranger or something.
No, I get that. I get that totally. Like feet don't bother me, but I used to go to school for massage therapy.
Oh, okay.
And I had my professor tell me that like you will have customers come in that just come out of the gym and won't shower, and I said, I think I'm over this now, and I left. I was like, I didn't go back. I was like, I am not going to continue massage therapy if they're not going to wash themselves. But I get it.
Yeah.
That's like, sometimes you massage their feet.
Yeah, I don't think I can.
Like no, ew.
In public, like in a public salon, I don't think I could do it.
No. So we know you're great at nails, but do you have any other hidden talents?
Well, the only other thing that I ever really, let me say this. I actually have a degree in the medical field. I actually have a degree for administrative medical assisting. However, right after I got it, COVID happened. So I was never able to actually go out and use it. I was actually thinking about like starting doing medical billing and that kind of stuff at home. But that was when I really started getting into nails. And COVID affected me. I'm sure, other people had the same reaction because a lot of people were affected mentally by COVID. But I was terrified to leave my house. So I just, had to figure out something to do to keep me occupied here at home. But one of the other things that I really love to do is like remodeling houses and like decorating and painting and doing things like that. That to me is so much fun. I love doing stuff like that. So
yes, me too.
Yes,
I love it. I can't wait to paint.
I know, me too.
Can't wait, Becca. I can't wait. Can't wait to paint.
It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be very different considering the color I'm doing, but I'm excited about that.
Yes.
It's all right. Nikki, I would love to hear about your experience, if you're comfortable, with COVID and the fear of leaving your house. So, with one of our things here at Ring Hello, which thank you so much for being here again.
Yes.
I'm never going to stop not apologizing. I'm never going to stop being extremely grateful.
I love it.
But we, in our slogan, discuss how no matter your background, no matter your situation, you can have a community post-COVID.
Yes.
And specifically, we mentioned post-COVID because all of us, you're right, have and were affected on an emotional, connective community scale by COVID. And that comes to a fear of can we trust the people in our community to wear a mask or wash their hands?
Yes.
Would you say that all of that happening all at the same time correlates with your ability to continue to have community with the nail community on TikTok?
Yes, definitely, because with me saying that I was scared to leave my house, I was just so afraid that my family was going to, catch the virus and they were going to become super sick and, it was going to be terrible. And I was absolutely terrified that, it was going to end everything. And I'm sure that there was a lot of other people that were feeling the same. You know what I mean? There was so many things going on at that time. And there were people that were, asking to get their nails done and stuff during that time. But I was scared to death to even let people in my house. You know what I mean? Just because of that, because I was so afraid that they were going to bring in the virus or, whatever, because you don't know who is taking care of themselves and taking all those extra precautions and the ones that are not. And I feel like a lot of people were feeling the same way that I was. They were afraid to leave their house, and then they started getting the I don't want to say this and make it sound bad, but I became a hermit. I did not want to leave my house. I was making myself comfortable with sitting right here and not leaving and not, talking to other people outside, which closed me off to the world until I started my social media journey. And that right there helped me to be able to feel like I was still in touch with other people, that I wasn't just alone through it all. You know what I mean? And it helped me tremendously to know that there were other people out there going through the same thing as me. And I feel like that's still, happening a little bit. There are still people that are going through depression and, anxieties, going out into the world because of all of that that's happened. So, it definitely affected me. And I feel like it almost made the nail community stronger because we had each other. Even though we didn't live beside each other, we didn't see each other face to face, we knew that they were there. You know what I mean? And we could, go on social media, and those girls were, responding to messages and talking to me, and, we were all talking to each other about how we were feeling and what was going on in our lives to help each other get through it. So it definitely helped for sure.
I'm so glad. That's amazing. Would you, or have you, and this is something that I've seen and have a lot of feelings about, so I want to discuss it with you from your perspective. The whole trend right now on Instagram of social media is fake, but have you seen those posts? Okay. So usually the way that I've seen it structured is someone will post a picture and they'll put a text on the photo, and it'll usually be of themselves and doing or expressing something of their everyday life. And then you swipe through and it's social media is fake, but, and then some sort of emotionally in-depth introspective realization. And it's trendy right now because so many people have this idea that social media is fake, meaning that you can't actually have a connection with people online because famous people utilize social media, like Kim Kardashian. And the image that they have on Instagram is allegedly fake.
Right.
I would like to combat this idea of social media is fake personally, because I met my best friend online when I was 10, and unfortunately he's no longer with us, but we had a very real friendship. We met for the first time when we were 18, and but for 8 years, from the age of 10 to the age of 18, we didn't actually know if one another was necessarily a real person, but we would video chat, we would text, we had a friendship, and we got to know one another. And this was in the early 2000s. Right. And so now people, I would say, because of COVID and this disconnect that we all had to go through because we were cut off from each other on a physical level, we had to turn to social media to find community. Would you agree that social media is not necessarily fake, just out of the fact that we can build actual community?
Yes, I 100% agree with you. I feel like social media is not fake because we are able to connect with people that have the same interests in us and the same, feelings and anxieties and stresses, and actually meet real good people that we can connect with and be friends with for years. I have friends that I have met on Instagram that I am still friends with to this day. We talk on a daily basis. No, I have never met them in person, but those girls are like my sisters, literally like my family. So for them to say social media is fake, I will say this: a lot of things on social media are fake because people think that they need to filterize everything. That if they don't use a filter, no one is going to like them or like their posts. And yes, in some instances that may be true, but in a lot of instances, people want to see the real you. They want to see the real life, the real experiences, the real feelings. You know what I mean? So for them to say social media is fake, no, I don't believe that. Certain things are, I guess, to lead you on or, to make you believe that they're living in some fairy tale life. But in all reality, we all have problems. We all have stresses. We all have issues. So, I feel it's best to just be yourself, Don't be fake.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Do you have any book recommendations for us? You do any reading?
I love James Patterson novels. That he is my most favorite author. I totally get into murder mysteries, things like that. Things that keep me on the edge of my seat. When I was a kid, I used to read Goosebump books all the time. That was my favorite.
Yes,
so
mine too.
Yes, that was my thing. But since I became an adult, I guess I've become more dependent on my damn phone. When I get bored, I go to social media, I look up nails, I try to, keep up with new techniques, and I always want to learn new things. So when in my times of boredom, I just go, research what's going on in the nail community. But I definitely do love to read. I feel like during COVID, I was reading a lot, but the last couple years since I've really dove into dedicating my time to making videos and teaching other girls nails without, making them feel like they need to pay for a class or something like that. I feel like for me, when I was relearning nails, TikTok wasn't really a thing, so you couldn't just go watch lives and watch people's technique and ask questions. I had to just go to YouTube and try to learn that way. So now when I go live, I dedicate all of my time to helping others learn and answer any questions that they might have, and just try to guide people through the process, because learning nails is hard. So
I believe it.
Yes, it definitely
Yeah,
is.
I was guilty of that too. Still am sometimes, of just like grabbing my phone instead of a book. So to help me read more, I actually joined a book club.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I haven't honestly haven't started the next one, just been so busy, but it's helped me get back into more reading instead of going for the phone.
Yes,
because I know a lot of us are guilty of that. It's so much easier.
Yes, it is.
Just to grab it and be like, oh hey, Facebook, and just scroll and read.
Yes.
So what was the last book that you read?
It was a James Patterson book, and I couldn't even tell you the title because I have so many. And I actually started reading a couple different books at the same time, because it was when I was working for the school district, and I would take books to work with me. And I think it was the Cradle book. I can't even remember the title though. But it was hold on, let me grab it. Can I grab it so I can tell you what the actual title was? Hold on.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
It was Beach House. It wasn't the Cradle book. It was Beach House by James Patterson.
And
it was a very, very good novel.
What's it about? Just a little. Does it say in the back?
It says Jack Nolan was in law school in New York City when the news comes that his brother Peter had drowned in the ocean. He knows his brother practically grew up in the water, and that couldn't be an accident. So someone must have wanted his brother dead. He tries to uncover the details of his brother's last night and confronts a maddening barricade of lawyers, police, and paid protectors who separate the wealthy summer residents from the local workers like Peter. So he pretty much was like investigating his own brother's death. And and there was a lot of like millionaires that were, making it hard for him to figure out what happened. But it was a very good book.
Yeah, you write this down. I love a good book.
I know, right?
It was James Patterson. Sorry, what was it called again?
The Beach House.
Beach House. I'm actually not thinking about it. I might have that. I have a lot of his books I just haven't gotten to yet. I have so many.
Yeah, my mom loves going to the library and getting Catherine Cookson books. I don't know if you've ever heard of her, but she writes about like the 1800s and like stories about,
I love those time period books.
Yes, and like romance during that time, and all of that.
I love those.
But yeah, she goes to the library pretty often to like get new books. So anytime that they have like the free book box, if she sees James Patterson in there, she always gets them for me. So every time I go home to visit, she's always like, I got you some books. So I have a lot of his books that I have not read yet. So yeah.
They do that around here at like all the libraries. You can just, take them home. And so what I'll do is I usually have a protective cover. So I'll just take the protective cover off and put it with the books. Like, how are you?
Yeah,
I love it.
Yes.
Sorry.
You're
so I was like, where are we at? So what is the greatest compliment you've ever received?
Well, when I was going to Texas last year to pick up my son from his graduation from tech school after his boot camp joining the Air Force, I flew to Texas to get him, and it was my first time ever flying. I was absolutely terrified. It was so scary. But when I got there, I had actually done a super long set of blue bling nails that were completely covered in rhinestones. And the moment that I stepped off that plane, there were so many girls that were like, "Oh my gosh, your nails are gorgeous. Where are you located? Can I pay you to do mine?" And I was like, I live in Ohio, like I'm on the other side of the country. And the girl, like the ladies who were talking to me were like, "Oh my gosh, like you do such an amazing job. Those are the most gorgeous nails I've ever seen." So yeah, I've definitely got some really great compliments, and girls that are just amazed by how beautiful the nails are and all of that.
You do amazing work. Yeah.
It takes a lot of work.
Definitely.
There's a lot put into it.
Yes.
Well, Nikki, thank you so much for being here with us and for sharing your wondrous journey as a woman, as a mother, as an artist, and everything. It has truly been such a wonderful time.
Yes, I really enjoyed being here and sharing my story with you guys. And I really hope that it helps other artists to see that you don't need a lot of money to be an artist. You don't need a lot of money to even become a nail artist, or even, start something that is a passion for you. You can start out with next to nothing and just do something that makes you feel good and lets your creative soul shine, because everyone has that in them. And believe it or not, it is the best therapy in the world to be able to express yourself, creating art, or whatever it is that you like to create. I know my son even does like clay projects and that kind of stuff, and he absolutely loves it. So definitely express yourself, guys, because in this world you definitely need something that's positive in your life, that makes you feel good, that you don't need other people's approval for, and I kind of feel like it's like that with nails. A lot of people don't approve, but that's okay, because I'm the one wearing them, I'm the one doing them, and I don't need other people's approval, because it makes me feel good.
Absolutely not.
Snap it in. We don't need other people's approval.
Nope.
Thank you so much, Nikki.
You're awesome.
It was really great to meet both of y'all, and thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely.
Turn on and tune in with the talk show where two friends set the reminder that no matter your background, you're not alone in a post-COVID world. Join us for discussions about parenthood, approaching your 40s, building a business, and more. Will you be calling?